I had a bit of a, okay, it wasn't a full-on emo phase. Good morning, Olives! This week, I'm doing a video that I actually kinda did before a while back. The video was called A Trip Down Memory Lane. I pulled out an old journal from elementary school and I read through it and just kind of laughed at some of the things I wrote about in elementary school. So now I found another journal. This is obviously not just any journal. I like to call this my emo phase journal. I had a bit of a, okay, it wasn't a full-on emo phase. It was like heading to it phase in middle school. And this journal thing book I came across during that period of time. And obviously you can see it has a skull and crossbones on it, so if I hadn't told you that this was during my emo phase, you possibly could have guessed it. But on the front it says, "The stuff inside my head." And I found this and I thought, wow, this is from my almost emo phase, and this would be really funny to read for a video. So here we are. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get started. Okay, so this journal kind of gave me like prompts or things to write about. If I remember correctly, I didn't take any of them very seriously. Like, I didn't take this whole journal very seriously at all whatsoever. But we'll just see what I put together here. This first prompt says, "I would just die if ... and I wrote, one of my crushes figured out I liked them." Here's the sitch. The truth is, I don't even think I knew this at this time, but there was a time in elementary school I had a crush, a major crush. It's so weird if he was watching this right now. No, we don't talk anymore. He was a major crush, and I didn't think he knew I liked him, but I realized much later, as of like maybe 2 years ago, that he definitely knew, and it was like extremely obvious. It was extremely obvious to him that I liked him. It should have been extremely obvious to me that he knew. It wasn't, but it should have been. Do not ignore music, 3 exclamation points. Do not ignore it. That's what I wrote. This was during my, when I was still really into music, still doing a lot with music, still had dreams of becoming a professional musician in my future. This was during that time. It says "bad to the bone." I didn't really know what to write apparently, so I just stuck with #rebellife. Oh, this book also, I forgot this book also gives quotes. I should start using these for my Instagram captions. But this one is by Walt Disney, and it says, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." So if you're a girl and you need a Snapchat caption for one of your selfies this week, that's a good one. Oh, and it also has a picture of a butterfly. That's cute. I'm a little butterfly. The top up here said blogs I love, but it's in the 2000s. At the time it was like 11 or something. And it's now apps. So I like crossed that out and I wrote apps I love. I put Instagram, Facebook, Kik, and Snapchat. That was back when I still used Kik. I haven't used Kik in forever. Mood board. I just wrote a whole bunch of moods up here. I guess I thought that's what that was. I wrote happy, emotional, pumped, proud, sad, excited, down in the dumps, teary-eyed. Do you hear all those like not so great ones? Emotional, sad, down in the dumps, teary-eyed. Told you. Emo phase. This made me smile when I got to sing karaoke at school whenever I sang. Elaboration. At school we had, I don't remember singing karaoke at school though. Like, I remember we had karaoke, I just didn't do it. So I might have like totally made that up, that actual like event happening, I might have just made that up. But once again, this is back when I was still into music, still into making music, still into singing. If I remember correctly, I make that a big deal throughout this whole journal. My thoughts. See, they gave me like 2 whole pages worth here to fill in, and I just wrote I love animals and music, and I drew a couple music notes down at the bottom because that's all I knew how to draw at the time. These things are life, music, and I put in parentheses country because for those of you who don't know, I listen to country music. Surprisingly, I didn't put screamo at the time. Just kidding. I wasn't that major. I wasn't that extra. But these things are life. Country music, dance moms, I'm sorry, bit of an obsession. Cats, friends and family, and summer. Those things are my life, apparently. This one says, or death. These things are death. Sadness and anyone getting hurt. I was so emotional. I was so just thoughts running through my head, and so that's what came to mind when they asked that, I guess. Once again, they give me like full pages for this, and I'm just like, sadness, anyone getting hurt. Another quote, "It is never too late to be what you might have been," by George Eliot. It's great. I would die for a music career, which obviously I couldn't have if I was dead, but it's the thought that counts. Quality. Songs I love. Oh, I'm not going to mention these because, like, copyright and stuff. I mean, I know that really shouldn't affect it, but it's a whole bunch of country songs, just know that. I must see Home, the movie. Do you guys remember Home, the movie? It was like maybe a couple years ago. I don't know. If this was 6th or 7th grade, it was when I was in 6th or 7th grade, but my favorite Snapchat, you see a snapshot. They give me this whole page again, and I fill it up with that one little music note. That's how off I was. That's how extra I was, except not. I was the opposite of extra because I drew one little music note in that full page. Another quote, "That which doesn't kill us makes us stronger." I need to bone up on my grades for sure. I barely passed history this year in 8th grade. Oh, so this was 8th grade. It's my life. They gave me 2 full pages and I just write one word. Music. 10 things to do before I die. Get a music career, release a song, make a music video, have kids, preferably 2, perform at the Grand Ole Opry, live with my 2 best friends, win a music award, get married, move to Nashville. And those are my dreams at the age of like however old I was. Things that make me scream. Oh, I love this because I'm something you might not know about me, and I really hate saying this on camera because I don't know, maybe it's telling too much information to people who will take advantage of it. But things that make me scream, things that scare me, literally everything. I'm afraid of literally everything. The list goes on and on. But here are just some examples. Bugs, stink bugs in particular. I hate stink bugs. They are like my biggest fear. It's terrible. Songs I love, they make me scream. Okay, but they don't scare me. They just make me scream because I get excited. And then I wrote, see, this is the most accurate thing I've ever read. Lately, pretty much anything that comes unexpectedly. And then in parentheses, for example, when someone comes up and just says, hey. This is accurate. It's totally 100% accurate. Magical moment. Hasn't happened yet, but when I get my first record deal, like I said, I wanted to be a professional musician as a career. And in order to do that, you gotta get some kind of record deal. And so that was my dream. I was like, I gotta get a record deal. And I just kept pounding that in my own head and into the heads of apparently anyone who's going to read my journal in the future, which so far has only been me right now. You must be the change you want to see in the world, by Mohandas Gandhi. I never even knew his first name. Is that his first name? I never even knew. Obviously I've heard of Gandhi, but I never even knew his first name. I'm bravest when I feel comfortable in general, or with friends that make me feel comfortable, which isn't many anymore. I get into way too many awkward situations. I'm most scared when I'm uncomfortable. I'm in awkward situations. When you come to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on, by Franklin D. Roosevelt. I saw this and smiled. And I wrote, I had a dream that I finally made it as a country singer and was going on stage for my first concert on my first tour. I smiled until I realized it was only a dream. Oh, broken heart, tears. People I must remember to like on Facebook, and I put a whole bunch of musicians. 10 places I would like to visit before I die. Oh, can you believe what I wrote here? Nashville, 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 ... Nashville. Remember that happiness is a way of travel, not a destination, by Roy Goodman. My inspiration for today is any music I've heard throughout today. You can look at a picture for a week and never think of it again. You can also look at a picture for a second and think of it all your life, by Joan Miro. And then I put this cute picture of my mom and my little cousin a while back, but it's cute, and I glued it in here apparently. Don't kill me if I forget to. I wrote, do anything, I have a very bad memory, or do my homework. Okay, so I'm a bad student, what's your point? People who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Apple. Is that a person? It makes me mad when things become inconvenient for someone, and it makes me happy when something is extremely convenient. I love convenience. It's kind of like an almost OCD thing. I mean, I'm nowhere near like the official like full throttle OCD. Like, you should see my room where the camera is not pointing. That's the end of this journal, which was kind of interesting, but that means that is the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. My social media is always all in the end card, and I will see you next Saturday.